what happened to Amaechi'S CSO hours after denied attack in Kaduna. In what seemed like an unusual coincidence concerning the reported attack on the Minister of Transport ROTIMI Amaechi on Kaduna-Abuja rail line, reports of the death of the chief security details to the minister has emerged. Reports emerged late Monday about the demise of Tony Iwelu, the head of Amaechi'S security team in Kaduna, less than 24 hours after the minister denied the attack on his official Twitter handle and later to newsmen. Daily Nigerian, who broke the news, had gathered that the kidnappers laid in ambush around Mando area and attempted to waylay the passengers who arrived at Rigasa train station around 8:15 p.m. The newspaper quoted sources who said no sooner the kidnappers opened the fire on the vehicles, the mobile policemen and soldiers arrived the scene in armored vehicles to disperse the hoodlums. We were lucky and police and soldiers are nearby to come to our rescue. The Minister of Transport, ROTIMI Amaechi, was among the passengers. His convoy had to make a detour onto Rigasa Road, said a passenger, Musa Lawan. However, Tony Iwelu, PSIO, who had served as Amaechi'S security chief officer since the latter was governor of Rivers State, was said to have died of electrocution at a five-star hotel in Kaduna. A source in the minister's entourage said Amaechi'S personal security intelligence officer Tony Iwelu died after he was electrocuted by the shower in his hotel room in Kaduna. This, however, coincides with claims by the co-convener of Bring Back Our Girls, Aisha Yusuf, that the minister was indeed attacked. Shibuike Rotimi Amaechi, you should be ashamed of yourself. My sister, my brother, and my sister-in-law were on that train when your convoy scattered and you fled like a newborn mouse whom water have been poured on. It was witnessed. Governance is not by lies and propaganda. So Amaechi thought he had security and he was immune to the insecurity that affects the rest of us. Even the president is not secured. What he has is illusion of security. The more these attacks happen, the more likely we are going to be victims, Yesufu said. But the Minister of Transport was quick to refute the claim on official Twitter handle, describing it as fake news. Making further clarification, Amaechi, in an interview with newsmen, said, "This so-called social media, the earlier they started regulating it, the better. I left the train, walked into the car alone. My security just joined me, and then there was government house security. They conveyed me straight to the hotel. I slept for few minutes, went to a party, and left the party at 12 midnight. It was after I left the party I saw calls from my wife, and it was frantic, and I was wondering why my wife will call me for over 15 to 20 times. Then I called back to say what is going on. That's when she said, thank God that they said they attempted to kidnap me and that there was a shootout. We either start regulating this social media or there are people who deliberately want to bring down the government, and I don't know what they want to achieve by this. Is it that the government can't protect its own ministers. Really, people, this is what is coming to us at the minute. And we all know the story, how it came yesterday that Amaechi, the Minister of Transport, has been attacked by bandits, And straight away, the minister came out to say, no, he wasn't attacked, that, the claims he's making here, that there was no such attack. But obviously, we've got this lady coming out, Yusufu, the minister, it's Aisha Yusufu. She is the one, the co-convener of Bring Back Our Girls. All right? Aisha Yusufu said the minister was indeed attacked because my sister, my brother, my in-law were on the train. So her sister, her brother, her sister-in-law were in the train when the convoy scattered and fled like a newborn mouse whom water have just been poured on. It was witnessed. So there are 3 people that witnessed to this attack. And ROTIMI Amaechi quickly came out and said there was nothing, there was no attack like that. But that's just, from what Aisha is saying, it's just appalling, it's unbelievable. If the chief security officer to Amaechi was killed by the bandits, it should be said. Governance is not propaganda, it's not by lying, because these people, these politicians, they think that they are infallible. They think that nothing can come close to them. They think that they can't be hurt by the insecurity of our country. So right now, this is Amaechi was attacked, and he called it fake news. But obviously, Yusufu Aisha has come out to say that 3 of his relatives were in that train, and when Amaechi's convoy was attacked, and how Amaechi ran like a newborn mouse, that water has been poured on. Again, this is the kind of thing that happens when the government throw a deaf ears, when they just keep a blind eyes to the insecurity level of our country. You think you are safe. Like I said, you think you are in a safe haven. No one is in a safe haven. We have been calling out for Nigeria to be secure. But obviously, our politicians, the way they are, they think that it doesn't matter because it hasn't come to them. Like the other day I said, Buhari says he doesn't know that the level of insecurity in this country is this high because why? It hasn't got to him. It hasn't got to his family members. But here it is. This is the news that even his chief security officer was killed by bandits. And he said that was fake news, And now he's calling for a regulation of the social media. No, there can't be that much regulation. That's not the thing. That's not the most problems in Nigeria at the moment. The people need to know. Nigerians need to know what's happening. And how can they know what's happening? How can they know that this sort of thing has happened to the Minister of Transport? It's through the social media. And that is why we are here to always make sure that everything that happens in Nigeria is brought across to all Nigerians, So, we need to bring these information to Nigerians because, I quite understand that there are some information that are classified, but obviously the ones that Nigerians need to hear, most of the information that we need to hear for us to make informed decision about the government, they need to hear it. So it's not about the social media, sorry, Mr. Amaechi, it's about the truth. The governance should be open. Governance should be truthful. So they need to dig into the death of this chief security officer to be sure if he was actually killed or he was electrocuted in Kaduna. He said he was electrocuted in his hotel room in the bathtub. That's cock and bull stories, to be honest. That's cock and bull stories. We need to get to the bottom of this. This man has been killed. And that's to tell you the level of insecurity in Nigeria. So Nigerians, this is the news reaching us. Rotimi Amaechi, the Minister of Transport himself, was attacked by bandits. There was a shootout. police and thank God for our police and our soldiers that came to the rescue of people, to the rescue of Nigerian citizens. You know, when they do something nice, we really need to applaud them. Thank God for them that came around to make sure that the situation doesn't escalate, doesn't go out of hand. And once again, we should also still look into the demise of the chief security officer. And also, we want to shout out to Amaechi that it's governance. It's not by lies. Governance is not by propaganda. Governance talks about the truth. Governance speaks the truth. So, fellow Nigerians, we want to hear your comments. This is the news reaching us. Please, thank you very much for all those that have subscribed. We do appreciate you. We want you to keep subscribing. And those that haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to us, Peak Network, and so you can get the news. As soon as they come to us, you can get them firsthand and you know exactly what is going on in our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you very much. Until we meet again, bye.